My name is Vicki Marnin. I'm from Connecticut. I work at a mental health facility called Centered in New Haven, Connecticut. We do all sorts of mental health care. We do therapy, we do medication management, and we do ketamine treatments for people with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other things that they could be struggling with. I had still have an amazing career as a midwife. I'm a certified nurse midwife. I've attended over 3,000 births. I do full scope care. I've done home births, so I'm used to holding space for women and families. And about 3 years ago, I became interested in psychedelic medicines as a method for healing and growth. I had my own journey through this process, and as I did that, I really became very interested in what modalities we had to help people who are going through struggles and wanting to live a fuller life. So I went back to school and I became a psychiatric nurse practitioner. Now I do mostly ketamine treatments, but also have a very strong interest in other psychedelic medicines like psilocybin and ayahuasca. And so I've helped many people now with psilocybin journeys. Now looking forward to expanding this to delivering that care to other people. So my personal journey using psychedelic medicine is one where I uncovered things that I didn't know about myself, or found ways that I was thinking, structures of the way I was thinking. And they say a fish doesn't see the water that it swims in. So if you think the world is like this, it's very hard to see outside of the structure. And using this kind of medicine, all of a sudden I could see the constructs that I had that were keeping me in limitations in my life. The information about psychedelics has started to trickle through our culture. They talked about it on NPR and on the national news one night. And I think that I've had friends who were on similar journeys and then just started to make connections that the more I learned about it, the more I was intrigued by what the possibilities were. So preparation for the journey is really important. You wouldn't do any major thing in your life without learning how to optimize the experience. If you're going to go skiing, you might make sure that you have good equipment and learn about, take a lesson. So when you're preparing for a psychedelic medicine journey, it's important that you feel safe in the place that you are going to be doing your work. It's important to have well-trained, empathetic people who are going to support you, we do medical screening to make sure that people are in good health, that they don't have any medicines that would interact badly. There are very few of those medicines, but we want to make sure that we have a good understanding. We suggest our patients read a book called Consciousness Medicine. The whole book is great, but focusing on chapters 3 through 6, because it really gives a very in-depth kind of personal analysis of how, like a personal inventory to figure out where you are, what your values are, so that you can start to align your actions with your values. We use a therapeutic modality called ACT, which is an acceptance and commitment training, which helps people to identify what their goals are and how to move forward in that. We spend time talking about goals and obstacles, and so the psychedelic medicines facilitate the release of something called brain-derived neurotropic factor, which helps you to make new neurons. When you are in a situation of depression or anxiety, very often those neural pathways get very strengthened, and then you might be thinking something and you keep ending up in the same ditch over and over and over, and it just makes those pathways stronger and stronger. And what the medicine does is it creates this opportunity in your brain to make new neural pathways. So we encourage people to figure out, what are you going to do to make this journey maximize it? So we want people to prepare, what new activities do you want to do in your life? Maybe you want to take a walk 3 times a week, or maybe you want to meditate 3 times a week. So a lot of the journey is getting ready for how you integrate the medicine and the new insights that you learn. When we talk about integration, we spend time with our clients talking about what the experience was like, what insights you found out. And really, if you don't look at the experience and try to dig out the pearls, you're missing the opportunity to learn more about it. It's important to have good integration, whether it's in an individual session with a therapist, or we do that integration here, or in a group setting with other people who are having similar experiences and opportunities for growth. Both those things, the preparation and what you do afterwards, the integration, are ways to really maximize the benefit that you get. Setting intentions is really useful. What are you hoping to gain from the experience? What are you hoping to release or realize? What new thing do you want to bring in? So we have people write down their intentions. When people think about intentions, once in a while I'll get somebody who has a whole paragraph, and really our brains don't think in paragraphs. Our brains think in simple declarative sentences. So, somebody might say, I want to tune in to my inner child so I can release this and welcome this. And usually I will try to help people bring that back to, I hope to release the things that are in the way of my growth, or something that's just like a little mantra that you can repeat over and over. It's also useful when you're setting your intention to phrase it in the affirmative and not the negative. So I don't want to be burdened by my past anymore is not as effective as I want to live fully in the present, or I want to release the things that are blocking me. So that's a little bit about attentions. But the period of time, if you're using ketamine for an hour or 2, or you're doing a psilocybin journey and it's lasting 4 to 6 hours, that is just one small segment of time as a motivator or instigator or accelerator of the growth that you want to engage in, and changes that you want to engage in going forward. I have participated in a similarly structured retreat, and it was boom, just my heart opened wide. I got in contact with peacefulness and a connectedness that I hadn't maybe ever felt. And I want to bring that to other people. So this is structured similarly to the retreat that I had gone to. I've been a facilitator of this retreat in the past, was connecting with the other facilitators, with Annette and Alana and Tamara, and we decided, we should create this retreat for women only. As a midwife, I take care of everybody. I take care of women, I take care of trans women and families and babies, and it's a special area of my love and expertise, and just wanting to provide people with a space to come and release the things they don't need, to find the things they don't need, release the things they don't need, and to start to embrace new patterns. And it's very special. And one of the things that's nice is that we have a small enough group that as people are enrolling, we are gathering information about what they are seeking. And so some of the processes and activities we do are going to be able to be specially tailored to what people are asking us for. So we'll be holding the retreat at a gorgeous place in the Netherlands called Mother's House. It's in the town of Weert, which is about an hour and a half outside of Amsterdam by an easy train. They have multiple trains to get to Weert. The woman who runs the center, her name is Tamara, and she is just an amazing healer and a beautiful spirit. And she is, our ceremony creator. She will open the ceremony. She really brings in kind of the shamanic, spiritual vibration into the space. There's a big ceremony space where we do the two mushroom ceremonies that we'll be having. There are some private rooms and a private bedrooms and kind of a dormitory style bedroom. And then also there's a beautiful grounds, there's beautiful woods that we walk through every morning, doing kind of a silent walking meditation as a group. There's space to do yoga, there's a sauna, there's a hot tub outside, a fire pit. So it's really just such a peaceful place. The food is astonishing. We accommodate vegan and gluten-free and dairy-free, and you name it, we have the possibility to make that work for people. So just a place where everybody can leave their stress at the door and walk in and just feel like they're at home. The way the retreat is structured, we will receive our guests day one sometime in the early afternoon, and we'll have some snacks. We'll orient participants to the space, get them settled in their rooms, and then we'll do some exercises to relate to each other, to get to know each other, break the ice. We do authentic relating and working to try to help us find our inner voices and connect on a deep level. We'll be talking about intentions, doing what we need to do to help the women prepare for the ceremonies that come up. And there will be two psilocybin ceremonies. So that happens on the second day and the fourth day. So the first day is greeting, introductions, and getting ready, grounding. The second day and the fourth day are the ceremonies. Each day we encourage everybody to get up and we go take that quiet meditative walk through the woods together. There's yoga, there's breakfast, and then we do a variety of processes to address your inner child, to figure out where your blocks are, to really feel into what it would be like to have your life be different, to what you want to create, and where try and find your passions and how you live into that. So there are 4 facilitators, and our goal is 3 to 4 participants per facilitator. So you really have good support, good connection with your facilitators. On the day of the ceremony, we'll have breakfast, we'll do some processing, we'll do some breath work to get ready, try to drop into the deepest place that we can to do the ceremony. We use a truffle tea that we get from a known and safe place in the Netherlands. And then during the journey time, we have beautiful music to listen to and we have support. The experience for many people will be something that they've never done before. People always ask me, well, what is it really like? And I can't tell what it's going to be really like for everybody. And then on the third day, we spend time doing integration. We'll do processes with couplets. We might do processes with 4 people or the whole group process, but we'll spend time kind of analyzing what comes up and how to metabolize that and how to use it going forward. So that's day 3, ceremony on day 4, and then day 5, we spend talking about what you do now. How do you take what you learn into the bigger world? How do you, it's when you're in a retreat space, it's a very close and safe spot. What do you do when you go back out into the world? And how do you keep your lessons with you? How do you keep the joy with you? Then we will have weekly integration Zoom meetings with all of the participants so that we can stay connected, so that we can support each other. Myself and the other facilitators will also be available if something really stressful is coming up and you need to talk through it. We're available to provide that support as well. Like I said, I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and I will do people's intakes and kind of coordinate everybody's entry in. If you can't figure out what train to get, I will help you, send you a little WhatsApp to help you make sure you get to the right spot. Both Alana and Annette run their own retreat center in California and are very experienced and skilled in creating individual processes, couple processes, group processes to, if we need to move the energy in the room, maybe we're going to put on some music and, walk around like animals, or maybe we will create one of those machines with each other. They have so many tools and so many ways to really go inside and connect with the internal process that holds us back and provides opportunity to move forward. We have a few activities that we absolutely will do, and then we have a lot of spaces where we're going to be able to brainstorm, like, oh, people want to work on this thing, people want to work on this inner child issue, or people want to work on finding their voice, and then we can create the processes that will support those. I feel very fortunate to be connected to Tamara, who runs the retreat center. She's been there for many years. She is so skilled at creating a sacred space. They do a lot of retreats there, a lot of different kind of medicine work. And she has a beautiful voice, and she sings, and you just never want to leave. Yeah, so I really hope, I'm available if people want to send an email, or, I can make contact either by email or by phone. We will have a couple of more Q&A sessions by Zoom once or twice a month. So if people have questions, they're welcome to join us for those groups. Thank you so much.